Deep inside our heads, our brains are like a busy orchestra doing lots of important jobs. Each part of the brain has a specific role, working in harmony to keep us functioning well. One of these jobs is the reward system, which helps us do things that are good for us. It motivates us to seek out activities and experiences that bring us joy and satisfaction. This system has some key players: the prefrontal cortex, the nucleus accumbens, and the amygdala. Each of these parts has a unique function that contributes to our overall well-being. The prefrontal cortex is like the brain's boss. It helps us make decisions, plan things, and not do anything too silly. It's the part that keeps us in check and ensures we think before we act. It helps us make decisions, plan things, and not do anything too silly. It's like having a wise guide that helps us navigate through life's challenges and opportunities. It helps us figure out if something good is worth the risk. This balance is crucial for making smart choices that benefit us in the long run. Deeper inside, the nucleus accumbens is like the reward center. It handles signals about pleasure and what we want. It's the part that lights up when we experience something enjoyable. It handles signals about pleasure and what we want. This part of the brain is essential for our motivation and desire to pursue rewarding activities. Then there's the amygdala, which deals with feelings, especially fear and happiness. It's the emotional center that helps us respond to different situations. It tells us how important our experiences are, which affects what we do in the future. The amygdala helps us remember emotional experiences and learn from them. These three parts work together like a team, keeping us doing things that feel good. They ensure we stay motivated, make good decisions, and learn from our experiences. But sometimes this system can get messed up, and that can cause problems. When the balance is disrupted, it can lead to issues that affect our well-being. Addiction is one of those things that can throw the whole system off balance. It hijacks the reward system, making it difficult to find joy in everyday activities and leading to a cycle of dependency. Dopamine is a chemical in our brains that makes us feel good. When we do things, our brains, like eating yummy food, doing well at something, or spending time with friends and family, dopamine is released. This rush of dopamine makes us feel happy and want to do those things again. Dopamine is like a cheerleader, encouraging us to do things that are good for us. But this system can be tricked. Addictive things like drugs or bad habits can take over this system and cause problems. Addiction, whether it's to things like drugs and alcohol, or things like gambling or playing too many video games, messes with the brain's reward system. Addictive things give the brain too much dopamine at once. This creates a really strong, happy feeling that people start to crave. The brain gets used to this fake happiness and starts to want it more than anything else. As addiction gets worse, people might really crave the thing they're addicted to, lose control, and feel bad when they try to stop. The brain, which should be making us feel good, becomes controlled by the addiction. As addiction gets stronger, the brain starts to change. These changes can be subtle at first, but over time they become more pronounced and harder to reverse. One change is called tolerance. This is when the brain adapts to the presence of the addictive substance or behavior. This means the brain gets used to the addictive thing, so people need more of it to get the same feeling. The initial pleasure diminishes, leading to increased consumption. Tolerance happens because the brain is trying to stay balanced, even though it's being flooded with the addictive thing. It's a defense mechanism to maintain normal function. It does this by reducing dopamine receptors or becoming less sensitive to dopamine. This makes it harder to feel pleasure from everyday activities. Withdrawal symptoms happen when someone tries to stop their addiction. The brain struggles to function without the addictive substance. These can be anything from feeling a bit unwell to feeling really sick, both physically and mentally. Symptoms can include anxiety, irritability, and even depression. This happens because the brain is so used to the addictive thing. Overcoming addiction requires time, support, and often professional help to retrain the brain. Even though addiction is a big problem, there's hope for getting better. It's a journey that many have successfully taken, and it starts with understanding that change is possible. Our brains are amazing and can change throughout our lives. This is called neuroplasticity. This ability allows us to form new habits and break old ones, giving us the power to reshape our lives. Just like the brain changes when someone develops an addiction, it can change back with help. This process involves creating new pathways in the brain that support healthier behaviors. Getting better from addiction takes time and effort. It's a gradual process that requires patience and persistence, but every step forward is a victory. Therapy, especially a type called cognitive behavioral therapy, can help people understand and change their thoughts, feelings, and actions that lead to addiction. This type of therapy provides tools to manage triggers and develop coping strategies. Healthy habits like exercise, good food, and dealing with stress can help the brain and reduce cravings. These habits not only support physical health, but also improve mental well-being. Support from family, friends, and support groups gives encouragement, helps people stay on track, and makes them feel like they're not alone. This network of support is crucial for long-term recovery. Recovery is definitely possible, and the brain, which is great at healing, can overcome addiction and help people find a happy and healthy life again. With the right support and dedication, a fulfilling life free from addiction is within reach.